What is good, people? Welcome back to another video. So guys, we have been making some very good progress on the Mk2 Golf. We have done, I would say, probably in time wise, we've got about 50 to 60% of the retrim done. Visually it looks like we've got tons of stuff done. We've only got the seats, headliner and dashboard to do, so we're going to be tackling the seats in today's video. These are the seats that we're going to be using, which are from a Mk2 Astra GTE. So I bought these seats quite a while ago for 80 English pounds. Absolute steal, considering we've still got these badges in. These are metal and worth a good chunk of money. Expecting the seats, they're actually not in too bad a condition. So obviously we have one little tear here in the side bolster. To be honest with you, that would be something I could easily repair. The bolster, however, give you this angle. You can see that this one is sitting a bit lower than that one, and that is because this one is the driver's side. So obviously, as you can imagine, people are sitting in the car, put their hands here to get out, and it absolutely crushes this bolster. So if you look down here where the piping is, it's actually lost its shape here, and that's because here you can actually feel the metal work. So the foam has deteriorated so far down that the frame is exposed. All of the plastics are intact. We've still got the Recaro badge there. The recliner is on everything. It seems to be present and working, which £80 is an absolute bargain. Right guys, anyway, with all that talking, I'm going to put the driver's side in here. I always like to do the passenger seat first, because if anything was to go wrong, I can still use the car and put that seat in. We have also got those in anyway, so it won't really matter. So let's pack this up, take this upstairs, and we'll get trimming. Sorry guys for interrupting the cinematics. I wanted to give Recaro their props and explain to you guys why I put Recaros on everything. This seat is 44 years old, and look at the condition that it's still in. All the bolsters are in perfect condition. There's no kind of splits, no cuts where the foam's deteriorated. And then coming down this side, this bit is like the worst bit. If anything, it's where the foam is slightly separated. And considering these seats have been taken out of an Astra, I've just had a quick look on Wikipedia. They're from 1980 to 1984, so they're at the most about 44 years old these seats are. But one of the bolsters did have a slight split, and that's usually when people kind of grab them when they're getting out. Considering how old these seats are and how much of a great condition they're in, and how much of a steal I actually got these for, absolutely insane. Anyway, back on with the cinematics. Guys. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Every retrim gets better and better. Honestly, I'm the most proud from these seats. They weren't easy to trim either. Because they're so old, they weren't trimmed best to start with, which made my life difficult. But I'm not going to draw any negatives. I've learned to stop drawing negatives from stuff. I guess I always find that if I'm negative, nobody else can criticise my work. But either way, seats are finished. Front seats are finished anyway. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. I think with the actual pattern itself, it looks really good. Now there's actually two ways you could have made this pattern. So you've got obviously the darker section going down the middle, but you can actually have the lighter section start in the middle. I thought it was better to have it go from dark to light, and then obviously we have the light colour of the grey. So I thought absolutely beautiful. I was going to put my Project 7 logo in the middle, but at the start of the retrim I weren't sure whether I was going to be changing my logos or anything like that, so I just thought just chuck Harry's tweed on, and then yeah, I'll just stick a load of business cards in the car and stuff like that, so people understand that Project 7 trimmed it. So guys, hopefully you guys are excited for the retrim as much as I am, and hopefully you guys are proud of me, because I've put so much blood, sweat and tears. People throw that phrase around. Genuinely, blood, sweat and tears. So I absolutely ripped my nail off and that was all bleeding. I've cut myself countless times. Blood, sweat today. I'm absolutely sweating. Tears almost, because when we were swapping over the frames, I almost got extremely angry. But I managed to calm down a little bit, and I'm glad I did, because they look fantastic. With every single thing we've done so far, we're currently at 133 hours, 40 minutes. So it is a ton of work. I will be starting on the dash in the next clip. We've still got loads more in the vlog left, so make sure you don't go anywhere. Right guys, so we are now doing the dashboard. Now, comparing to the seats, it's quite a bit more difficult. You have to use a technique called templating. Now, it's very difficult, especially for somebody that hasn't templated much. The only thing I've templated was the door cards, and for a first try it was pretty half decent. Dashboard is going to be a lot more involved because it needs to be near enough perfect, because people are going to see it more and you're going to see the stitching. So what I'm going to do is tackle it the exact same way as I did the door cards. I'm going to spend a little bit more time templating and making sure that all the lines are perfect. This dashboard, I was going to trim this one and swap it over, but the one I bought was advertised as cracked, but it's not only just cracked, it's also warped. I don't know if you guys can see it here. It's like wavy, and then here there's a high spot just there that I don't want. So I'm thinking, while I'm doing everything properly, seats, new foams, etc., I don't want to let the interior down by putting in a dashboard that's worse than mine. So what I'm going to do is use this as the template. Once I've stitched the cover together, I'm going to go and take mine out, glue the cover onto that, and then put it back in. What I'll do with this one at some point is probably make some repairs and make it look half decent and then sell it cheap. So at least I've got my money back for this, and then I've not had too much downtime with the interior of the Mk2. So guys, with all that being said, let's crack on. Right, my people, we've got some great news for you. So the dashboard has been fully stitched up. This has honestly taken double the time I thought it would take. We're at about 18 hours plus. I want to say over 20 hours worth of work on the dashboard. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. But I've just had a quick initial test fit, and I'm gonna say I'm like 85 to 90% sure this will go well. So roughly it's in place. You've got a couple of stitch lines down there, comes across. I mean, you're going to see it quite faint on the camera, but got it going all the way across, straight down. Got a couple bits here. We've obviously got to make our cuts for speaker holes and heater vents and bits and bobs. The choke goes in there. That's obviously where the steering wheel goes. Obviously the fascia plate goes on there, heater flaps just there, heater flaps there as well, speaker grill there, and then we just need to glue it together. Glove box is complete. Looks pretty decent. I was having a back and forth of whether to do the one that's on the car, but really the lid itself can actually be swapped over using two little pins on each side. So worst case, if the one on the car is better, I'll just kind of unbolt this and then clip it to that one. All I need to do is swap over the locks, so obviously I can have a functioning lock, and then job done. When this gets fitted though, it's going to look insane. Alright guys, so the next thing we're going to be doing, a 3D printed Votex center console. So for the Mk2 Golfs, this sits in front of the center console and then acts as like, you can put a set of gauges there, you can put your electric window switches, and then I've ordered this little piece. So this is an airlift controller insert for a Vertex console. The controller actually sits in this, and then it's, I don't know if you can see the little holes, there we go. So it just bolts in from the back, and then it literally clips in. I'm probably going to have it at the top so it's a bit easier to access. We also have a 3-door electric window switch. Eventually I'd like to go to electric windows in the car, so they'll probably go at the bottom. And then we've got a blank here just in case we want to run it without the switches for now. I guess I could just put the switches in and just have it look like they're installed, but just have them not functioning at the minute. Okay guys, 3.5 litres. 3.5 litres, wow. Ain't even air. Anyway, 3.5 hours later, we have completed the Vertex center console, and that is just going to give you a little idea of what it might look like. I haven't decided whether I want to wrap these yet, because like I said before, there's a lot of black bits in the car. Now I'm thinking of it, the finishing is just not the same, so I think I might end up having to wrap those sections, but I need to have it fitted to the car and kind of make my decisions from that. You know, the stitch lines are not perfect, but again, while we're still learning how to template, this is the second thing I've templated. So you know, when you're doing the first couple of things, is never perfect, but I would say I'm pretty happy with it because it looks pretty decent, guys. It's going to make the center console section look so much better, and I can't wait to get the airlift controller in just to give us an idea of what it's going to look like. Rather than do one more update video, I wanted to wait until the car is finished. Then I will reveal the car, show you everything about it, what's happened, what's been done, etc. And then we're going to have the joys of continuing the vlog. We're going to be building the car back up and then getting it prepped for ultimate dub. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, please support the channel and like the video and subscribe for more content, and we'll see you next week for another upload. Peace.